Skyrim and Game of Thrones are basically the same thing. They're both about the return of dragons to a medieval world of intrigue. They're both set during a time when the monarchy is being contested and civil war runs rampant. And in most cases, almost everyone is freezing their ass off. There's even a mainstream religion of multiple divine deities, druidic-style religions that worship older gods, and an underground religion that worships death above all else. Hell, one modder by the name of Koalan made an entire overhaul of Skyrim, changing the setting to Westeros. There is a problem, though. When you translate most Game of Thrones characters into Skyrim, they all come out looking very similar. And then we have the characters that are too short to make as Skyrim builds, such as Tyrion, Joffrey, Arya, Bran, and Rickon. I can hear you all now going, but what about Daenerys Targaryen? She's mother of dragons and all that shit. She ought to be perfect for Skyrim, but no. Daenerys has no combat, magic, or stealth skills to speak of. Sure, we could sit her on a dragon, but that's about it. So, who do we have left? Out of the cornucopia of characters that Game of Thrones has to offer, these four are the most interesting to me. I'll be making these characters into builds in the coming weeks. Subscribe or check back for the first build in this series, Melisandre of Asshai. Now before I go, I ought to mention something. I haven't seen much of the show. I'm one of those assholes who went out and read all the books. I'll be doing my best to keep plot points to a minimum, but in order to flesh these builds out as completely as I can, I will be using all the information available about these four characters up to this point in the series. As far as I know, there's nothing to spoil, but if you hear something your brain cannot comprehend, like how at some point in the distant future Varys uses a crossbow for something, I'm sorry if you look back on your life with regret for that spoiled, insignificant detail. Check in next week for some new builds.